And if not, I can't dwell on it. I gotta put that shit under me. Rapping niggas, I thought that was in front of me. One more time. I'm rapping niggas, I thought that was in front of me. I ain't new to this, baby. I came with a plan. One more time. I ain't new to this, baby. I came with a plan. Been good, honestly. The music's been keeping me safe. How long I've been rapping honestly, my whole life. I've been writing music since as long as I can remember. I think back to like 7th grade. Doing little remixes to other. It's just some of my favorite songs and things like that.
Nah, do it just how you did the last one.
High school, I was kind of doing a little bit of the same because I met some more friends who were rapping, and then that's when I kind of got my first studio.
Started influencing you.
Exactly, because that's like I said, like I was saying, that's why I got my first studio experience. Because one of my friends that had like a little studio set up at their house.
So that's the best. You right there, you chilling with everybody,
right.
Like you most comfortable. Like,
exactly, with all
and everyone's putting out their best, like in the beginning, like they're
literally,
trying to,
like, with all my best friends, pretty much, we just all just fucking around, just making all kinds of music. And I put a song out high school, but it's not out anymore. But it's
testing the water.
It was
I feel like when you first start off, at least as it is for most artists, it's more like you have more fun with it,
right.
And then as you really start to grow, like that's when you really start taking it more seriously.
But then that's where people like start getting like confused, bro. Like it's hard to keep that like fun and like just that like beginning flame to you.
Right.
Like,
but then life and everything I was going through, I pretty much put it back down again until I found myself moving back to Brockton. I was closer with my family, and I have an uncle who was heavy into rap, so he was always a big influence for me. So he I'm pretty sure he was like the reason how me and my cousin got access to the studio, because we have plenty of family members who are into music. One of my cousins was an engineer, just like my guy J.R.S right here, and it's all in the family pretty much. So that's what kind of just led me back into it, and that's why I kind of grabbed and found my comfort zone, and I just been kind of just going from it. It just took off. That's why I really started putting out music in 2021 or 2022. I think I dropped my first song.
so were you after dropping like that first project that you said like high school?
Yeah.
So after like dropping that and like realizing it wasn't like really what you like, how many songs did you make like in between that like? And then like what finally got you to be like, you know what, fuck it.
Like with that little clique, the little group that I was with, we probably made, I'd say maybe like 5 or 6 songs that I was on personally, but it's like it was just playing around, so none of them really gained any traction, so we kind of like pulled back from it, and like I said, we kind of put it down, just kind of focused on finding ourselves, because that's really what it was, especially for me. I really just had to find myself, and that's what opened up the stories.
Yeah.
And that's how I just kind of gained my storytelling ability, my versatility, and just...
That's the whole thing. That's what separates you from like someone else, like
right.
guy right next to you. So how do you define yourself as an artist, and how has that like definition evolved over time?
As an artist, like I said, versatile, really just different. Like it's not like it might, you could always find an artist that you could say I sound like or compare me to, but when you really listen, it's me. It's tailored. It's like yeah, you might see that same color suit on somebody, but it don't fit the same. It don't look the same. I rock it better. I tell them do their homework.
You hear it. You hear the difference. So what do you believe is the purpose of music in today's society, and what role do you want to play in that? What do you believe is the purpose of music in today's society, and what role do you want to play in that?
I feel like, because for me personally, as a consumer, music has always been an escape.
We all consumers.
Right. So it's always been an escape for me. It's like, it's a different world. It's a different level of comfort. It can change your mood. It can get you out of different moods. It's like, it's it's almost like therapy. So like,
Coping
exactly.
mechanism.
And my mother had asked me one time, like, because my boy Luke over here, he's in school studying psychology. So she had asked me if I ever like wanted to get into something like that. And I said, for me, the music is kind of like
What I want to go into.
where I take that position, where I can be that therapist, where I can talk to people through my music and, you know, attach to certain feelings and make people feel certain ways. Just because a lot of this shit, that I talk about and rap about is real personal. So I want people to feel it.
When you obviously when you're writing your music, like you said, like you get really personal with it. Like you really want to like create an image, a message with your music. Like, what kind of drives that?
Honestly, from being misunderstood my whole life, I feel like, you know, I've always had issues communicating and, you know, having conversations with people and just, you know, things don't always, you know, like things don't always go your way. And I felt like communication was like one of those biggest things for me. It's just like I've always just felt misunderstood. I couldn't really get my point across the way I tried to a lot. So I don't understand. Music has been that for me, and honestly, a lot of people have been able to attach to me a lot more with the music. Like, despite whatever my relationship is with anybody, my music is like that one attachment where it's like everybody feels me, everybody appreciates that I'm doing it.
And that goes into this next question: is like, how has making music contributed to your personal growth and like understanding of yourself?
It's literally done just that. It's literally taking me on a journey. It's like growing your hair up and getting dreads. Like it's a journey. So it's just like through that, building that craft, watching it grow. You learn so much about yourself. You learn how everybody else did it, how they got comfortable. You learn why a lot of people quit and couldn't keep going because you get into those modes too. We have writer block, and you're doubting yourself. You just feel like, fuck this shit. What are we doing? I feel like that all the time, but all I gotta do is just cut on my music.
And that's you right back in your own, like your
right
zone.
back in that mode.
So what advice would you give to like an aspiring rapper right now, like that's trying to like get into this like industry or like business?
I tell them like everybody told me, just keep going. I can't talk to you like Mr. Professor, like I know it all, like I've done it all. But through learning from where I'm at, just keep going, especially if you believe in what you're doing. If it's not a gimmick for you, if it's not just a hobby, because it can be a hobby. If you really believe in it, then that's when it's going to turn into something else. But if it's just something you're playing around with, like I was doing in middle school and high school, then you're going to find yourself putting it down. Life is always life, and so you got to find something that you're passionate about. Just stick to that.
You gotta love what you're doing, because otherwise, like, what are you working for? Like, why are you gonna drain yourself out, like, when you're not really doing what you love? Like, you can't put like your full 100% into that.
Exactly. It's like that's why people say like, if you're doing something you love, it'll never be considered work.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll never feel like work.
Never feel like work.
This shit never feels like work. I love coming down here.
You gotta love shit. Like, you gotta love doing what you like, gotta do, bro. And like, same thing, bro. Like, just keep fucking working, doing that shit. Like, you don't know where you're gonna be in another 2 years, another 4 years, bro.
I've been behind the scenes seeing y'all grow too. It's the same thing. Like, you just keep going, bro.
Appreciate that. Chapo, bro.
Yes, sir. Chapo.
My bad.
Rell Chapo.
Yes, sir. Rell Chapo. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you for sitting down with us.
I appreciate y'all for having me, bro. Let's keep this shit going. We got big things coming.
Alright.
And they gonna hear you. They gonna hear you
real soon.
You dropping a verse on
Nah, he's
punching on it, or are you doing your own thing?
He's doing his own thing on this, so I might just get in there and do my own thing.
Alright, bro. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
They didn't believe me. I said I'm the car they kill for a reason. I just been ballin' out every season. Got all my depression, been taking it easy. No stress, I've been keeping it peak. Walking the best dress, it don't matter this season. Rich since I've been leaving the league. On top of the pin, we gon' fuck from the night to the evening. They wanna believe me, they thought I was. They ain't think I'd achieve it, bitch. Look how I made it. Been chillin', been tight. She worries, I've been feeling like like they ain't been killing these niggas, we leading the race. I promise they ain't in the way. I promise my mama I'll keep getting paid. Buy her a house, I'ma fall through. This shit ain't for talk, this shit ain't for fame.